Thanks, Angela. Now to the legal fight over Indiana's new abortion law. The state is firing back against an ACLU lawsuit claiming the abortion ban violates religious freedom.
The state of Indiana objects to this lawsuit, saying none of the women involved are pregnant, so their rights are not being violated. Our Sierra Putman has been following the twists and turns in this fight over the law. Sierra?
Well, you know, I've been going through these 48 pages all day, and it's confusing, but it boils down to the state saying this law does not violate these women's religious beliefs. But now we just have to wait and see if a judge agrees. Indiana's abortion ban is not currently being enforced, but that's not stopping the ACLU from asking another judge to issue an order pausing the law under religious freedom grounds.
Why request one in this case if the law is not being enforced?
I think if there is another grounds on which an injunction could be obtained, then that would make SB 1 weaker than it already is.
Law professors Jennifer Droback and Jody Bandera also point out this preliminary injunction isn't permanent.
They got that injunction, and it could be overturned by a subsequent reviewing appellate court.
The plaintiffs in this case are 5 women of different faiths. They argue the abortion ban violates their beliefs, which allow abortion and differ from the law's stance that life begins at fertilization. Last night, the state filed this 48-page response stating the plaintiff's argument is murky, in part because the women are not pregnant, stating the plaintiff's, quote, feelings of anxiety and changes to contraceptive and sexual practices do not amount to substantial burdens on religious exercise. The state also quoted a scientist and called the unborn innocent, which Madeira points out is not a scientific conclusion.
My thoughts upon reading the response were that it was very complicated, very emotional in ways that I would not expect of a legal filing, and very fraught with a lot of missed points and misunderstandings.
So now, again, we wait and we see what the judge decides after he takes a look at these different arguments.
So what you went over today is just basically written arguments.
But there's going to be oral arguments. That's scheduled for next Friday. Of course, we're going to be paying attention to that to see what happens with that process. We're also keeping an eye on another lawsuit filed by the ACLU. That one is claiming that this law is unconstitutional. So 2 big lawsuits, both a little confusing, and we're going to be tracking both of them for you guys at home.
All right. Thank you, Sierra.